But you know what? MJ actually changed the temperature when she asked the right question. MJ, you changed the temperature and got back
in both ways,
right back to where we were supposed to be because you asked the right question.
So here we go. Here we go. If you thought one thing and you weren't sure because I didn't say it specifically,
should have asked that question to begin with.
You would have asked questions. So what percentage do you mean with men? That is a great question, MJ. Right. I would love to answer that question.
That's the right question.
So what percentage of men do you mean with men? And why get mad if I feel like you mean it means?
Well, we're not mad. We're trying to reason with you, and we're not speaking the same language for whatever reason.
Right, but let's try to build the bridge. And when she says get mad, obviously we took issue with it. So the reason, so let's work backwards. The reason we take issue with it is because the same way that all of us are told how transphobic we are because we won't let kids transition over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's frustrating. So just because you're the one who said that, just because it's the first time that you've said that, doesn't mean it's the first time I've heard it. So yes, I get frustrated when women or people in general misunderstand what I'm saying. That is a frustrating thing to happen.
I wasn't frustrated though, because I'm used to it. I'm used to women miscategorizing what I said, adding words to what I said, saying things that I didn't say.
Let's keep it moving.
And then looking at my appearance.
So you weren't mad. I was mad. We're moving on. So what percent?
No, but this is the perfect question. This is the question that MJ should have started with.
Okay, so I'll throw it to you. What percent of men do you mean?
So of course I don't have exact figures, but when I look across the landscape, especially when you look at the
so we're speaking generally based on one person's perspective.
More than 80% of men don't have sexual access, period. So when you look at, there was during the pandemic era and coming out of the pandemic, they did a poll that showed that 50% of men who are in those dating ages in the 20s and 30s are no longer interested in dating at all. They've left the dating market. They're not trying anymore. And I looked at that and I was like, God damn, like that's kind of crazy. So at least half of them are kind of like out of the dating pool. But for the guys who are left, that still leaves a good, of the guys that are left, you're still talking about, I think they did the studies on dating apps across the board, Hinge, OkCupid, Tinder, and they showed that women on average find that 85% of men are below average. Do those numbers even math? They also show that men swipe right 60% of the time on dating apps on average. Do you know how often women swipe right on dating apps? 5%.
So here we have another.
My dating experience and yours, not the same.
Right. But so hold on. So now we have yet another misunderstanding. Like nobody is blaming you for anything. We're just engaging the things that you are saying. Again, look at that. You said it. We aren't speaking the same language that women speak. And that's okay. So it's okay for you to misunderstand. That's why it's okay for you to misunderstand. But when you ask questions and we have answers, it's not fair of you to say,
how dare you?
You're doing this, that, and the other. You're mean. You're this. You're angry. Why are you getting? It's just a conversation.
Yeah. And the thing is, I knew that you were going to understand,
and
which is why I'm not mad.
So why are you blaming me for you not understanding as a woman if I'm not a woman? That's the point of what we're doing here. If we already understood each other and could just mind meld, then this wouldn't be a very fucking interesting show because you would already know what the hell I have to say and I would know what the hell you have to say. We could just skip it and I could go to bed.
You wouldn't be able to get super chats though. You know what I mean? But yeah, see, the thing is,
okay, MJ, I'm sorry. We all should have started out this statement with exactly what you wanted us to start out with. If MJ would have started out with that. And so now we are going to be in the right by addressing it the way that is most appropriate for you, even though that we're not in your brain.
But you know what? MJ actually changed the temperature when she asked the right question. MJ, you changed the temperature and got back
in both ways,
right back to where we were supposed to be because you asked the right question. See, when we're talking, men, again, men don't think about possibilities. Men think about probabilities. What is most likely to happen? As a man, winning a lottery cannot be my path. It cannot be my plan to retire. Do you know why? Because while it is possible I could win the lottery, the balance of probability says I'm never going to win the Powerball. I'm not getting the $1.75 billion jackpot.
But you could.
But
Maybe.
I could. So am I supposed to, right? And the thing is, even the most attractive men get rejected at least 91% of the time. Even the most attractive men fail more than 9 out of 10 times with women. So what do you think the average guy is dealing with? And of course, it's a bad economy, right? So if a girl can line up 5 different dates with 5 different guys, that's 5 different dinners she don't have to pay for. Nope. And there are women talking a lot about that too. Yeah, the studies are very, very clear, right? The studies are very, very clear.
MJ, you already won. I already said you're right, I'm wrong. What the fuck else do you want from me? What the fuck else do you want? I made a banner. I said I'm wrong. You're right. What the fuck else can I do? Why do you think women do that? I have no fucking clue. If I could understand, then that's the whole fucking reason that I stopped talking to all of you.
Well, the reason why women do that is because women don't have the same burden of performance that men do. No. Women want to believe that they could have the same burden of performance, which is why they want to compete with us.
Well, why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that? How am I supposed to know that? You should have said it like this. Do you see how that doesn't work? That's the exact same thing that you just said to me. I starred all of them specifically.
Lutch, I have to defend.
I wouldn't have said women. I would have said this. I was doing that. I would have done that. I would have been fine. I would have been completely fine.
Lutch, I have to defend MJ. I knew who she was talking to.
Okay, but I didn't.
Right. So I was going to say, hey, let's slow down on MJ for a second. Let's slow down. I knew who MJ was talking about, right?
But the point is, how come I'm allowed to say something that you don't understand and I'm in the wrong, but when you say something that I don't understand, I'm still in the wrong? How is the math ain't mathing?
Right,
At what point am I not an asshole?
Because she wasn't talking about you. She was talking about me.
Okay, but now
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, but now I'm the asshole because I wasn't even talking to you.
Right.
When I don't understand, it's my fault. When she don't understand, it's my fault. When everybody doesn't understand,
right?
I asked if you want to come up.
And here's another thing too, right?
Let's all take a drink. Let's all take a drink. We're all friends. We all love each other.
Yeah.
We only can get here.
Yeah, I can remember. I told you I wasn't angry. I'm still not angry. Why? Because I have these kinds of conversations with women a lot, and I expect to be misunderstood.
Fair enough,
right?
MJ.
Look,
fair enough.
So here's the thing, right? Would it make sense for me
real,
to say?
I do want to take a moment and just I do want to take a moment and Wusa and MJ, Stephanie, Soul to Soul, all of you guys, you guys know I
have no problem with any person.
You guys know that this is just who I am, and I would treat Zippy or Nick or Annie or Dr. Evil Genius the exact same way.
He likes to go at me.
I mean, I'm sorry.
When I said that the families of white victims of police brutality should march with BLM, he almost blew a gasket. I don't know if you guys caught that shit.
All right, word up, MJ.
I don't know if you caught that shit.
Can we all put MJ in the chat, please? MJ in the chat. Shout out to MJ.
Yeah. So I gotta say this, right? It would be illogical for me to say that all men go through this, right? Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson exists. Does that make sense? I can't rightfully say that all men go through this because Leonardo DiCaprio exists. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson exists. They're not going through this.
There's
no way that I can actually say that all men are going through this. I'm not an idiot, right? But the thing is, whenever you talk to a man, and that's why I always pay attention to trends, and I also pay attention to patterns, right? Now, Lutch is a guy who is nothing like me, right? Except that we both share some Indian blood, but that's besides the point, right? But I am more physically fit than him. I am considered to be more attractive than him on the balance of probabilities. Most women are going to talk to me if they thought I was single. They would talk to me before they would talk to Lutch. We both understand this, right?
Yep.
We know that the people in the chat are from all different parts, and not all of them are in the United States. We know this. But when you start to see that people who are not friends, who do not know each other, who are coming from multiple different places, right? And you look at all of these people who don't know each other from a hole in the wall, have never spoken to each other, but we're all saying the same thing. That should send off a little signal in your head that there might be something to it.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.